Dear kids, in the chapter The Human Body, our topic for today is Reflex Section. Have you ever felt what happens if we touch something that's hot? If we touch the iron by mistake? If some pin pointed us? Have you ever felt such situation? What happened in that situation? Our reaction is very quick. We just withdraw our hand. What do we say? Oh, it touched me or it pinched me. Doesn't it? Doesn't it happen with you? Yes, it happens with all of us. And this is reflex section. Reflex section is an involuntary. Involuntary means it's not under my control. An instantaneous movement, instantaneous means quick, in response to a stimulus. That stimulus is something that can make us cause any action. It could be that hot thing, that warm, like I'm feeling all of a sudden I was sitting there and somebody just smashed my hand. It was very quick action. Isn't it? It happens. This is a stimulus. I was hurt by a pin. It was an insect bite, like ant just bite me now. It is a stimulus. We all have experienced this thing, reflex section. When we touch something hot or something unpleasant, we just quickly, our face turns in a different way. We make dirty kind of face. We feel very yuck and we close our nose and mouth. Isn't it? This is reflex section. Here you can see there is a stimulus. What is the stimulus here? Some nails were there, something touched my feet. I was walking barefoot. Okay, it was detected by the receptors of the skin. Skin is the sensory organ, largest sense organ. That is the receptor which is receiving the stimulus. By the sensory nerves, it traveled to spinal cord. In this case, our brain does not handle this situation. The quick reflex action situations, here spinal cord handles the stimulus. The impulse or the message travels to spinal cord by sensory nerve. And there it is processed, and the motor neuron carry the message back from the spinal cord to the affected part or the muscles. And then what is the response? We jump away, isn't it? Again see, there is a stimulus. Stimulus means something that causes an action to start. Here, like you can imagine the situation, somebody is walking barefoot and on the floor there are some nails. Those nails are detected by, means those nails touch the skin, receptors of the skin. By the motor nerves, the message from the skin travel to our spinal cord. Otherwise, what we say, brain is the processing unit of our body. But in case of reflex action, it is done by the spinal cord to save the time, as it's like an emergency situation. Here it reaches the spinal cord, and from the spinal cord by the motor nerves it is received back by the effector, means that part, and the muscles act there and the reaction is jump away. We try to escape that, isn't it? Reflex action is very important. How it is important? Other than human, animals also have feeling for reflex action. It helps organisms to quickly adapt to in an adverse circumstances that could have potential to cause some damage to us. Suppose I saw something which is feeling like pointed, I'm feeling it could be hot, I'm feeling it is unsafe to be there. What we do? Do we touch that thing? No. This kind of memory is also there in our brain. Other than that, if we touch something like prickly pear, some spiny plant, do we keep our hand there and let it cause pain to us? No, we just be very quick and withdraw our hand. If by mistake we touch something hot, within few seconds we withdraw our hand. If my hand stick to that warm pot, hot plate or iron, what will happen? It will cause injury to me. So this way it's very helpful for us. Classic example of reflex section we all have felt. Pulling our hands away immediately after touching a hot object as well as cold object. It happens with us, it's icy cold. We also feel like that. How does this reflex action happens? First is the receptor detect the stimulus. Stimulus could be in form of pressure, temperature or some chemical. It happens in an order. Order means a sequence of events take place. First of all of you have played that relay race. There is one baton. The first person like traveled or walked or run for 200 meter. Again come back and give that to someone else. Means that second person will continue the race. Then third person, then fourth, and it works like a team. Similarly, it also works like a team. First of all, there is a sensor. Sensor means a sense organ. Sensory neuron carry the message to the control center. Control center, here it is spinal cord. Control center send the message to the motor nerve and then to the muscles to withdraw the hand, to jump or to not to touch that hot thing. So this way they work in like a relay team. Here you can see stimulus, the external stimulus, something hot, cold, some pointed object. The receptors, it could be skin, sensory nerves, carry the message to the spinal cord. Yesterday we did different type of nerves. Now we are looking actually how do they work. Spinal cord processes the message, sends the message back by the motor nerves to the effector, means the part of body which will actually work now, and then there is response. So this is about reflex action.